Shri Gurubhyo Namaha children, I am happy to welcome you all for our online teaching academy, Ekalaiva. For the class 12, subject Biobotany, chapter 4, Principles and Processing of Biotechnology. Today, we are going to discuss about methods of gene transfer. This is the next step after rDNA technology. So, the next step after rDNA, recombinant DNA molecule has been generated is to introduce it into the host cell. So, transfer of gene, methods of gene transfer, how the gene has to be transferred. What are the different methods? So, okay. So, there are many methods to introduce our recombinant vector, and there are different factors such as vector type, and then it is fully based on the factors vector types or the host cell. There are two different kinds of gene transfer. One is direct or vectorless gene transfer. Another one is indirect or vector mediated gene transfer. Once again I am repeating, now we are discussing the methods of gene transfer. Gene transfer is nothing but this is the next step after rDNA molecule has been generated. How the rDNA molecule generated? How? Just isolate the plasmid from the bacterial cell, and then with the help of restriction enzyme we have to cut the plasmid and insert a gene of interest with the plasmid. Now we are getting rDNA plasmid, recombinant plasmid. So, this recombinant plasmid has to be inserted into the host cell, into the bacterial cell. So, there are so many methods of gene transfer is there. So, here two kinds of gene transfer method, one is direct method, another one is indirect method. Direct method is nothing but without any help of vectors, without any help of plasmid, directly we just transfer the gene into the host plant, that is called direct or vectorless gene transfer. Another one more method is there, indirect method, with the help of the vector, for example plasmid. Plasmid is nothing but extra chromosomal double stranded circular DNA. They have a self-replicating property. They act as a vehicle. They act as a transporting material. So, with the help of that plasmid is nothing but vector, no. So, with the help of this we have to transfer the gene to the host cell or any plant cell. Okay. That type of transfer is called indirect or vector mediated, with the help of vector. So, it is said to be vector mediated gene transfer. Okay. Now, first we are going to see the direct or vectorless gene transfer. In this direct gene transfer method, the foreign gene of interest is delivered into the host plant without the help of a vector. So, it is named as vectorless gene transfer. There is no involvement of vector, directly we just insert the gene of interest into the host cell. That type of transfer is called vectorless gene transfer or direct gene transfer. The following are the some of the common methods of direct gene transfer in plants. The first one is chemical mediated gene transfer. With the help of some chemicals, the gene has to be transferred. So, what are the chemicals? Polyethylene glycol, in short it is called as PEG, and dextran sulfate. So, this certain chemicals like PEG and dextran sulfate induce DNA uptake into the plant protoplast. That is a chemical mediated gene transfer. This is the first method of gene transfer. Okay, this is a direct method. Second method is micro injection. The name itself you can easily understand the concept. Micro injection. We have to inject the gene of interest into a particular host cell or plant cell. See here, the DNA is directly injected into the nucleus by using fine tip glass needle or micropipette to transfer plant cell. Okay. So see here, see the picture here. The protoplast are immobilized. What is the meaning of immobilized? They cannot able to move, no? So that is called immobilized. The protoplast are immobilized on the solid support or held with holding pipette. So we have to hold the protoplast. See here, with the help of this holding pipette hold the protoplast, and then we just inject the gene of interest into the particular protoplast, that is into the nucleus. So the holding pipette hold the plant nucleus or protoplast. After that we directly inject the particular gene of interest into that particular nucleus. Clear? Understand, children? Yes. The third direct method is electroporation methods of gene transfer. Electroporation. Electroporation means what? Electro means what? With the help of electric charges, current, cathode, anode, cation, anion, like that, right? So a pulse of high voltage, very high voltage is supplied to the protoplast. While applying high voltage to the protoplast, what will happen? The cell wall will get damaged. There may be a formation of small pores. Okay. So a pulse of high voltage is applied to protoplast cells or tissues, which makes transition pores. Pores means a tiny holes, small holes. So with the help of this high voltage, pulse of high voltage makes the protoplast or cells or tissues to make it transient pores into the plasma membrane, through which the uptake of foreign DNA occurs. See here, this is before pulse of high voltage. See the cell membrane here, how it is properly covered. Okay, there is no pores at all. While applying electric field, during electric field, E field means electric field, high voltage, supply of high voltage, there may be a formation of transition pore. Here this is called transient pores. Okay. After that, see, after pulse, cell heals with gene or drug inside. So once it is get inside means the membrane gets closed. This type of gene transfer is called electroporation method. Supply of high voltage current, that is called electroporation. Poration means formation of small pores on the cell membrane or plasma membrane. Can you understand, children? Yes. Then the fourth method of gene transfer is liposome mediated method of gene transfer. Liposome mediated. With the help of liposome, the gene is transferred into the host cell or plant cell. So it is named as liposome mediated. So liposomes, what is liposome? Liposomes is nothing but artificial phospholipid. It is an artificial phospholipid and it is very useful in gene transfer. It is present in the plasma membrane of the cell. Okay. So phospholipids vesicles. So liposomes is nothing but the artificial phospholipid vesicles. It is very essential, very necessary, very useful for gene transfer. Okay. So the gene or DNA is transferred from liposomes into the vacuoles of plant cell. You know very well, vacuoles are the cell organelles which is present in the plant cell. So with the help of this liposome, we just transfer the gene into the plant cell. Okay. So the gene or DNA is transferred from the liposome into the vacuoles of plant cell. Okay, it is carried out by encapsulated DNA into the vacuole. The next one, this technique is more advantageous. Why? Because the liposomes protects the introduced DNA from being damaged. Very important. So the liposome have the property to protect the introduced DNA from being damaged by the acidic pH and protease enzyme present inside the vacuole. Okay. So the next one, liposome and tonoplast of vacuole fusion resulted in gene transfer. This process is called liposuction. So this is a 2 mark question. What is liposuction? Liposome and tonoplast of vacuole result in gene transfer. This process is called liposuction. Clear, children? Shall we move on to the next slide? Yes. See the picture here. This is a cell membrane or plasma membrane. Okay, and this is a liposome. We just connect this liposome with the DNA and introduce into the plant cell, and it is goes inside and it is deposited on the vacuoles. So with the help of liposome, we just transfer the gene. So it is said to be liposome mediated gene transfer. Clear, children? The next one is fifth one, biolistics. The foreign DNA is coated on the surface of minute gold particles. See here, see the picture here, children. A foreign DNA, a gene of interest, has to be coated. So we have to coat the foreign DNA with minute gold particles and bombarded into target tissue. So it has to be bombarded, it has to be transferred into target tissue with the help of, by using particle gun. See the picture here, this is a particle gun, gene gun barrel. So we have to load this with the gene of interest. That particular foreign DNA is coated with minute gold particles, and then it is bombarded into the target tissue by using the instrument that is called a gun. It is also called as gun micro projectile gun, shoot gun. So what is the name? Shoot gun. We have to load this gun with foreign DNA and it is coated with minute gold particles. Okay. So the foreign DNA is coated on the surface, onto the surface with gold particles and bombarded onto the target tissue by using a particle gun. It is also called as a shoot gun. Then the bombarded cells or tissues are cultured. So once the bombarded takes place, once the shooting takes place over, means all the foreign DNA is entered into the target tissue. After that, the tissues are cultured in a selected medium. After that, the regeneration of plants takes place. Can you get my point, children? So once the bombarded over, so once the shooting gun is over, once we shoot the gun, what will happen? The loaded gun having the foreign DNA is transferred to the particular tissue. After that, the particular tissue is cultured in a growth medium. Then later on, the regeneration of plants takes place. Clear, children? Shall we move on to the next one? Yes. The next one is indirect or vector mediated gene transfer. So the name itself you can easily understand. With the help of vector, with the help of the transporting material, gene has to be transferred. So gene combined with vector or plasmid, then it is said to be recombinant plasmid. After that, we have to transfer the recombinant plasmid into the host cell for gene cloning mechanism. Okay. See here, the gene transfer is mediated with the help of plasmid vector. So, we often using the vector plasmid only as a vector. Plasmid is nothing but a double standard self-replicating double standard DNA. Okay, it is extra chromosomal double standard self-replicating DNA. Clear? So, with the help of the plasmid vector, then it is known as vector mediated. So, gene transfer is mediated with the help of plasmid vector. It is said to be vector mediated gene transfer. Among the various vectors we used, for plant transformation, the Ti plasmid from Agrobacterium tumefaciens. Ti plasmid is nothing but the name of the vector. Okay. So, Ti plasmid is nothing but name of the vector. It is extracted, it is obtained from Agrobacterium tumefaciens. Agrobacterium tumefaciens is a soil bacterium. This particular bacteria only present in the soil. Clear? So, from Agrobacterium tumefaciens has been used extensively. There are so many vectors are there. For example, for plant transformation, only Ti plasmids are often using. Okay. So, this bacterium, what bacterium? That is Agrobacterium tumefaciens has a large size plasmid known as Ti plasmid. So, Ti plasmid means tumor inducing plasmid. So, it is named as Ti plasmid. This Ti plasmid and a portion of it. So, a small portion of Ti plasmid is referred to as tDNA. See here, think that it is a Ti plasmid. A small portion of this Ti plasmid is called a tDNA. Clear? tDNA, transfer DNA. And it is named as transfer DNA is transferred to plant genome in the infected cells and cause plant tumors, that is called crown gall diseases. Next, since this bacterium Agrobacterium tumefaciens has the natural ability to transfer tDNA region of its plasmid to the plant genome upon infection of cells at the wound site, it is also known as natural genetic engineer of plant. So, this particular bacterium, this particular Ti plasmid is said to be natural genetic engineer of plant. So, once again I am repeating, since the bacterium has the natural ability. So, the name itself you can easily understand, it contains a small portion of Ti plasmid is called tDNA. It is a transfer DNA. It has the ability to transfer directly without any knowledge. Okay. So, this particular bacterium has the natural ability to transfer tDNA. So, it is named as natural genetic engineer of plants. Clear, children? See the diagram here. This is a Agrobacterium tumefaciens. It is a soil bacteria present only in the soil, and this is a plasmid, Ti plasmid. So, it contains a small segment, small portion of Ti plasmid is called as tDNA, transfer DNA. Clear? And then the DNA containing gene for desired character has to be combined with this Ti plasmid. Now, we are getting recombinant Ti plasmid or recombinant Ti plasmid. Okay. And this has to be introduced into the plant cell. After that, the tDNA carrying new gene within the plant chromosome, then regeneration of plant, formation of new character takes place. Okay. The next, the foreign gene, for example, Bt gene for insect resistance and plant selection marker gene, usually an antibiotic genes like NPT2, which comes resistance to antibiotics, kanamycin. Please underline this. This is the kanamycin antibiotic are cloned in the tDNA. We have to clone this particular antibiotic in the tDNA region of TI plasmid is placed of unwanted DNA sequence. So, this is the main chapter. Just introduce this into the plant cell, formation of new character takes place. Clear children? Thank you children, we will see you in the next class.